It's a new day, Newnan. Yes, it is. And I am the detective of detecting hilarity. Jeez, my dishwasher door just fell open. I think my dishwasher was like, hey, that's a terrible nickname, and I'm mad at you for that. So I'm going to fall open and try to scare you. And it worked. I got a little bit of the Jeebus bugs in me with that one. That was some Jeebus bugs right there. It's great to have you guys here. It's great to know that you are listeners, one of our many, many listeners to our podcast. The number one podcast, and I don't know if that's true or not. I know there's a couple podcasts, and I don't know how many listens they have or anything like that. And there's some other podcasts around that I'm sure are great. Chatty Women's got a podcast. I am on the most recent episode as a co-host, so you can listen to me talk with them. There's a podcast out called The Local Poor. I have not had a chance to listen to it. And then is the Danny Beck podcast? Yeah, the Danny Beck podcast, who just came out this year. It's a guy with the Newnan Times-Herald who sits down and does interviews. You're very... I say typical, but typical's not bad in the world of podcasting. You're very expected podcast style. I like the ones that are a little bit outside the box. That's why I don't do interviews. I should, because there's a lot of people that are reaching out to me and they're like, Harold, how would you feel about interviewing blank, 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 blank? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I just don't want them to get on and expect to be asked questions like, tell me about your business. What do you hope to be? Where can we find you locally? Like, I can do all that stuff, but that don't sound as fun as being like, what's your darkest secret? Let's play Sex, Marry, Kill with members of the Muppets. Things like that. That's more my style. And here's a thing I've run into, just a general problem with Noonan Time with Harold, which has been around for 5 years now. It'll be 5 years this summer. You hear those beautiful birds out there? Is that I'm not super great at growing the brand and being true to myself, because who I am and what I bring is something that most people don't like, or not even don't like. It's not like they actively don't like it. They just don't care. It's like they want to be entertained in a safe way, or they want to learn, or they want to find out like breaking news and all that kind of stuff, which you don't have a lot of time in life. So I totally get why I wouldn't be your cup of tea. So I'm okay. Thus far, I've been okay with the fact that I have not grown substantially. We have, of course, the most Facebook followers we've ever had. We have the most listens on the podcast. Not the most website views. I'm not doing great about posting on the website. But then there are times I'm like, man, I could be contacting local businesses and working together regularly and making us all more money. But then again, is that what I want to do with my time? Do I want to grow this Harold thing so much to where it feels like a job? And half the time I'm like, yeah, I do. That'd be great. And then the other half of the time I'm like, nah, you know what? I got other jobs. I got other stuff going on. I want to hang out at home and be with family. So one day Harold will be the mayor of Newnan. Saying it right now. Calling it right now. One day I will be the mayor of Newnan. I'm going to say in the year 2040. So that's 15 years from now? Yeah, in 15 years, I will be the Newnan mayor. Actually, I don't know if the election measures up that way. By then, how the whole thing is going to work. Who knows with the way America's changing so much. But I'm going to tell you right here, you can come back 15 years from now and listen to this podcast and hear that I am going to be the mayor. So that's cool. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm pretty excited about the information that I just gave you that is true. So what are some cool things going on in my life besides being me? Of course, High Spirits Entertainment is around. If you want to book improv shows, comedy shows, if you want to book me to do your wedding, I can do all that. We do trivia. I do trivia 3 times a week right now. So, but I'm always looking for new places to do it, because it's not just me who can do it. I have people. So you might not have my face there, but you'll have one of my people there, and you'll have my system there. So what does that tell you? It tells you that that's what you want, baby. That's what you need, baby. What else have I been up to? I've been up to That's about it, I've been hurting. My body's been hurting with the freaking. What's so stupid is it doesn't matter how good you try to be as a person and how much you try to grow. You also have to take care of your physical body, and that's just dumb. Like I feel like I'm not drinking, so I should feel better. I don't smoke, so I should feel good. I'm of weight. I'm not overweight. I'm not underweight. I'm of a good weight. I eat relatively healthy. For the most part, 2 out of 3 meals a day are usually pretty healthy for me. I don't do drugs. I don't do any drugs. I don't sit around eating junk food. I go to the gym multiple times a week. Why should I have any body pain? And it's stupid, and it really frustrates me. I don't think it's fair. I think if you're listening to this and you have a bad habit and your body hurts, then it's your fault. Even if that bad habit is a mental one. If you are a liar, you should have back pain. So that's what I'm getting at. No, of course not. I would never say the thing I just said. Some things going on this weekend. This Sunday is Arts in the Parks. Arts in the Park is what it's actually called. Southern Arc Dance presents Arts in Park. Arts in Park? Yeah, Arts in... It's ARTZ apostrophe in Park. So Arts in Park? I think. It was originally scheduled for last week, and then storms came through, and has been moved to May 18th. So if you're listening to this, Sunday, May 18th from 1 to 7 p.m., Southern Arc Dance, Arts in Park. I've never been to an Arts in Park, but I hear it's exciting, and I heard good things about it. I wouldn't say good friends, but I'm friendly with the owners of Southern Arc Dance. Always got along with them. Great people. They've always been lovely to me. And not everyone in the world has always been lovely to me, so it's especially cool just to have people that are consistently lovely to you. I'm sure I haven't always been lovely to them. I'm sure I've been a little grumpy-ass grumpo. But great. If you haven't been to a Southern Arc Dance production, I would say do that at some point. And if you're like, I'm not into dance and ballet and stuff like that, try it, because I think I wasn't into it either. But then I tried it, and I was very impressed. I've been very impressed with all their productions. I've been involved with productions over at that venue, and they're just outside the box enough in some of the things they do to where they can still stay focused. I think a lot of times people go so outside the box that it's hard for even the creative minds to stay focused on what the goal is, because they're so worried about being outside the box. But Southern Arc Dance does a really good job, and not just with their like ballets and stuff, but with the stuff that they put on at their venue. They do a good job of outside the box in a way that is focused, and I think is the best way to put that. So Arts in the Park this Sunday, May 18th. What else is going on? I'll tell you what else is going on. It's what our whole episode is about today. It is the most interesting Facebook groups in Newnan. What that means, how do we know which ones are in Newnan? Well, it's simple. We go to the search bar, and we search the word Newnan, and then we choose the group tabs. And we look at groups that are in Newnan. The most interesting Facebook groups in Newnan. And that's what we're going to get into today. Anybody can play along. Actually, I don't know how the Facebook algorithm works. I would assume that if anyone goes into their account and searches the word Newnan, they'd get some of the same groups, but maybe not. Maybe it's different. I mean, the Facebook is the Facebook. Look, I'm sounding like an old crotchety old crotch. The internet, Facebook, the internet is interesting in the way they do things, but maybe we all get the same one. So I am on my Harold Lee's profile, and I have gone to the Groups tab, and I have searched the word Newnan. And the first thing that comes up is Newnan Swip Swap, Buy, Sell, Trade. Now, this is a Facebook group that is used for, you guessed it, buy, sell, and trade. It's that easy, folks, is how the About Me section stands out. But I will say my favorite part is the word Swip Swap. Or the phrase swip swap. I don't know. Swip swap though I love. I love whatever that means to you. Just you can say it. Just keep saying it, repeating it over and over is swip swap. Swip swap. That's delightful to me. I'm a very big fan of the phrase swip swap. We have Newnan Hiking Club, which is a group of hikers and backpackers from Coweta, Carroll, Fayette, and other counties. and they actually have posts, and they find places in Newnan that they want to go hike, and they do the welcome new members thing. They talk about the schedules. They talk about what to bring. They talk about if it's a good place for animals and stuff. They post pictures. But an interesting thing. This is the most interesting Facebook clubs. A Newnan hiking club. It never would have crossed my mind while being in Newnan that you would have a hiking club. Here's a fun one, just because we did interview the Bid It to Win It creator for the Newnan group. And that's Newnan Bid It to Win It, in parentheses, the fairway, ! The About Me section is, welcome everyone. I have decided there needs to be one more addition to this wonderful city with fair and just bidding open to all. All biddings must start at $1, last for 24 hours, and the last bid with bid corrections wins. The perfect combination of all, no discrimination, and fair bidding, clappy hands emoji. And, it's a pretty dead group. People are posting in it. People posting it every single day. But what you're not going to see is a lot of people bidding on it. And the group's got over 3,000 members. But I just don't think it's like one of those things. I've had multiple people try to make a Newnan Time with Harold attempt. It's like the silly Newnan news, like things like that, to just try to be me, and it doesn't ever work. So, and I'm sure there's hundreds of Facebook groups that are like the chatty women of Newnan. No, it's not going to work. And this is one of those examples of, I get it. You probably got frustrated because you didn't win an oven mitt on Bid It to Win It, and now you're running off and starting your own Facebook group. But the king's a king for a reason, and let's just say that the blacksmith ain't no king. Am I right? What else do we got? Newnan Rocks, the original. This is the original Newnan Rocks group. Painted rock hide and seek, a growing trend in family fun that started on the West Coast. Just paint on a rock, write Newnan, Georgia on the back, then bring it to the square in downtown Newnan. Place or hide your rock in an outdoor area where it may be somewhat easily found. There's a lot more about what this is about. Thanks to my Aunt Kathy and cousin Amber for the inspiration. So this group is, it's kind of dead. Like most of the groups that we're going to talk about today, this one does not have. It had 2,000 members, and I've heard about the painted rock thing. My I think Hanley. That sounds right. See, I'm always afraid when I tell a story and I say I did it with my girlfriend, if it wasn't her and it was with someone else, that I did bad, that I did a bad thing. But I think it's better that I include her in memories that maybe she wasn't in versus take her out of memories that she was in. So I'm going to say it was Hanley who had the painted rocks and talked to me about, oh, you didn't know about the painted rocks in Newnan? And I didn't. This is something I just learned about recently. But yeah, they paint these rocks and they stick them around, and you find them and you look at them and you hide them other places, or someone else hides another rock somewhere else. It's that. You hide painted rocks and you find painted rocks. I feel like there used to be like a really big painted rock like in Newnan. Didn't we used to have them? Like one that was painted like the Chick-fil-A cow, or am I making that up? There used to be a big rock that was painted. Maybe not the Chick-fil-A cow. Maybe it was just a cow. I guess not all cows are Chick-fil-A cows. It could just be a cow, but it was cow print. Here's a group that comes up when I search Newnan in my Facebook groups. It's called Peachtree City Politics. Peachtree City and Fayette County General Political Discussions. And it is, as you would imagine, it's talking about Donald Trump and it's talking about Democrats and it's arguing about politics. And it's dead, but it's not as dead as you would hope it would be. Like there are posts and there are discussions. That's nothing major, but if you go over to Peachtree City Politics and join over 1,000 members, you can talk about things such as Donald Trump and China and the FBI directors. Everyone wants to focus on Comey, but the number has an alternative definition. Research 8647. Ooh, that's exciting. Here's a group that is a private group, which is frustrating. It's called Sonoya Complaint Department. It is a Facebook group to complain about Sonoya. So if you're ever like, man, I want to complain with over 2,000 members, y'all head over to Sonoya Complaint Department. I'm not a member of it, but I'm going to try to join the group because I would love to find out. Oh, this is very funny. My membership is pending approval, and the first question, do you know how to properly navigate a roundabout? Yes. Do you need to stop at a stop sign that has been removed? Yes. Do you like cyclists? No. Wait, do you need to stop at a stop sign that has been removed? What does that even mean? Like, did it fall out of the ground? Or the stop sign's not there anymore? Because I don't know if I'll get into the group because that question's really confusing to me. Do you stop at a stop sign when it's been removed? Again, I'm thinking it means like a car hit it and it made it fall over. I would still stop because I would be like, oh, there should be a stop sign there. It obviously fell. But I guess removed does that imply that someone purposely removed it? Huh. I don't know. I guess that doesn't matter at all, really, because I'll let you guys know if I get into the Facebook group or not. Sorry, if you hear some knocking, I open my windows after I get up. I like it that sweet Newnan sunshine slapping my body. I get just in like my shorts, like I'm wearing shorts and compression socks right now. Everything else is naked and free, and I like that sweet sunshine hitting my skin. And it's hitting my skin, but it also means that the neighbors can be loud. Our next group is called Coweta Crawlers. The Coweta Crawlers, a group specifically for meeting, socializing, and networking in Coweta County, Georgia. No politics, gossip, advertising, religion, promoting, or any other nonsense that happens in other groups. Kind of a vague setup about what is and isn't okay. But you know what? I'll take it. Cool thing is the people in this group promoted and talked about and came to my trivia on Thursday night. So that's cool. I don't know the people, but there's posts in the group talking about the trivia that I was just doing. So cool, guys. I'm gonna comment. Hey, I was the host. Love you. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Kiss, 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 kiss. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say kiss, 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 kiss. Because something named like Coweta Crawlers with a cover photo that says, let's get this party started. It may be like a secret underground sex thing. And I am currently taken off the market for secret underground sex things. I only do public above the ground sex things. Our next group is Libertarians of Fayette, Coweta, Georgia, an online community for libertarian-leaning residents of Fayette and Coweta counties, Georgia and surrounding counties, but in the spirit of inclusion, learning, and sharing, open to people from anywhere and of all political directions. So, it's not really a group for libertarians of Fayette, Coweta. It's for, in the spirit of inclusion, learning, and sharing, open to people from anywhere and of all political directions. So it's just a Facebook group about anything, basically. It only has 251 members, but there's some comment. I mean, it's not completely dead. There's people who talk about it. I used to consider myself a libertarian back when you're young and you have to be political. Well, see, that sounds dumb. You should still be political and you should still be invested in stuff. But when you're so confused about your identity and you're being pulled all these different ways, and my best friends were libertarians, so I was like, oh, I want to be libertarian because that's fighting the system. And so I tried to be very libertarian. Now I'm Haroldtarian. I'm the Harold. I don't know. But the picture, it says don't tread on anyone, and it looks like a hedgehog with the American flag colors. Is that the animal for libertarians? A hedgehog? I didn't know that. But according to this Facebook group, it's a hedgehog, or at least to 250-ish people is a hedgehog. So interesting. You have Newnan area singles, and they have a long description. I'm not going to get into all of it, but 182 members. It's welcome to Newnan area singles. We are an active social singles group local to Coweta and surrounding areas for singles over 40. So I can't join this for two reasons. Reason number one, I'm not single. And reason number two, I'm not over 40. So if anyone is a member of this, it says, let's see, Does it say if any of the members are people that I'm friends with? It's all locked, so it won't even let me see who the members are. That's no fun. Here are the rules. Be kind and courteous. Privacy. No-shows. Promotion, spam, solicitation. Hate speech or bullying. Relationship. Politics and religion. Vulgarity. Inactivity. And do not block admin. I guess just reading the top word doesn't get into what the actual rules are. But I'm looking through and there's nothing outside the ordinary. There's no funny spelling mistakes or anything like that. It's just a fine set of rules. So cute. We have the group Chesterfield at Newnan, which is a locked group, obviously. Tina is an admin. So if you live at Chesterfield at Newnan and you want to be part of this Facebook group that was created 11 years ago, contact Tina for that. I always like throwing this one out there just because of how funny it is that it tried to exist and failed miserably. We had the chatty men of Newnan that tried to be better than the other chatty men of Newnan. They have a big picture that says butt hurt, and then there's like the cross out sign, like the non-smoking sign, but it says butt hurt, which means you're not allowed to be butt hurt in this group. This is a non-butt hurt group. So, cool if you don't want your butt to hurt. I love this group. And the fact that this exists is awesome to me. Houseplant Swap, Newnan, Georgia. A place where plant lovers can trade plants and enjoy our love of plants. Oh my God, the fact that if you would have told me, Harold, what do you think exists in Newnan for plants? I would have been like, people in their backyard making plants. I guess do you make a plant? You don't make a plant. You plant a plant, and then it grows. But I guess that's technically making the plant. I guess it's you and water and soil and the sun all working together to make a plant. So it's a team effort, but you make a plant. Yeah, you make a plant. But in this group, there's like 10 posts total. But it's what it's supposed to be. It's people with their plants, and they're showing pictures of plants, and other people are either buying the plant or are like, yeah, I want to take those plants. And it's just people that are excited about plants, and that's really cool. That makes me happy. We got Board Game Group, 117 members. We are a group of like-minded gaming enthusiasts looking to make friends and memories. Whether you're interested in the more traditional party family board games, card games, or more intense strategy games, all are welcome. Unfortunately, this group is dead. It hasn't been posted in weeks and weeks. And when people do post, it's not a great turnout. But it's one of those ideas that I think is a really good idea. So people should hop on it and work together. Even if you're just like, hey, what's up? Do you own Magic the Gathering cards? So do I. Let's go meet up at Heroes and hang out. Cool. I mean, there's cool things like that, and that's neat. So board game group, I think, is a cool idea. I used to play board games with my little brother all the time. Well, once a week, we'd all get together at his house and play. And it was one of my highlights of the week, every week. Here's a good group, but unfortunately it's private. And I don't know if that bothers me or not that it's private, but it's Families Helping Families in Coweta. This group is to help motivate, uplift, and encourage one another in our journey of life. We as a community always have things our kids and ourselves are growing out of or no longer using, things we don't have a use for anymore. What is a better way to put these items to good use and to share with others in need? So it's like the plant trading thing, but instead of plants, it's things. And instead of trading, you're giving them to people in need. So I guess in that way, it's not like the plant one. We have Coweta Beekeepers Association. And this one, it might not be. Okay, no, it is. Okay, it is in Georgia. Because there's a Coweta, Oklahoma as well. Because I used to run into this issue all the time of when I would be looking for a new pet. I would get on the internet and I'd be searching Coweta pets, Coweta pets, Coweta pets. I know, go to the shelter. That's what we do now. We go and we rescue. All of our animals are rescues. But at the time, it was, everything was Craigslist and stuff like that. And I would keep accidentally making plans to meet people in Oklahoma to get animals rather than in Georgia to get animals. So I'm not 100% sure that the Coweta, it says it's in Newnan, but you never know the Beekeepers Association sure sounds like an Oklahoma thing, right? Sure sounds like an Oklahoma thing, but maybe not. Maybe not. If you're part of the Beekeepers Association, I will give you 2 hours on the podcast to talk about literally anything you want. I would hope it'd be bees, but I cannot make you talk about bees. Our next group, with 425 members, is Coweta Fayette Dog Talk. This group was created solely for the purpose of bettering the lives of dogs and their people who live in Coweta and Fayette counties. Please keep in mind, for all posts, be courteous and kind. No hateful speech or bullying will be tolerated. Self-promotion is allowed on Saturdays every week. If listing a pet for adoption, be sure to include a link to the rescue currently housing the pet. No free pet post. If you are willing to negotiate adoption fees for the perfect family, you may say so, but all free pet postings will be immediately removed. Keep all posts current and relatable to dogs in Coweta Fayette counties. Dog breeders, please be prepared to provide vet reference if wanting to post. Rule number 7, enjoy the group and learn from others. Unfortunately, this great group idea does not have a lot of posts in it. Every now and then someone posts a picture of a dog. Sometimes it's like a sad dog. Sometimes it's like meet the dogs at our rescue. Sometimes it's just here's a cute dog. But it's not. It's kind of a dead group, which is a shame because who doesn't want to talk about dogs? So Coweta Fayette Dog Talk is letting the dogs down. So if you have a dog, join that group. I don't have a dog, so I can't join that group. And lastly, of the most interesting Facebook groups in Newnan, sticks it in any hole he can find, ... Coweta County. There are 31 members of this group. This group was created just like a month ago. Today is the 16th, so it was created April 20th, 2025. So I hope this group grows, and I hope those listening to it will join this group because I love that this exists. It's silly, it's interesting, and it could be helpful or it could damage people. Maybe I don't love that it exists. The more I talk about it, the less I'm glad that it exists. Sticks it in any hole he can find, ... Coweta County. Ladies, have you heard of the popular group Is She Ran Through? Well, big possibility that you or a friend has been posted by these men. Not only do some of them not know you, maybe they even got your pics off a dating site. Well, this page is to post the guys. Is he a man whore? Does he cheat? Is he abusive? Is he a narcissist? Ladies, start posting so we know who to avoid. And the profile picture is of an elephant seemingly sticking his trunk in another elephant's butt, which I don't like seeing that. That's not fun to me. This group currently only has 3 posts. There is one of the elephant butt picture. There is one of the rules that I just read. I mean, the rules, the About Me section. And then there's one from one girl that said, "Did you start a group, lady?" LOL face. So even though there are 31 members, the group is not doing what it's set out to do, and that's spreading the word of men that don't belong in the group. And when you look at the members, it seems like most of them are guys. So, which is okay. I mean, if you want to let them in, I'm going to join the group. I just hit the join group button. So I'm thinking like the guys are getting on there to make sure they don't get posted, so then they know that they can keep being scum. So, and I've never heard of the group As She Ran Through. Is that, let's look that up. Is She Ran Through Newnan? Because I guess it makes sense that people do this kind of thing and they make Facebook groups to try to, Is She Ran Through Coweta County? There it is. Okay, let's take a look. And I love that after Is She Ran Through, the next result is Newnan Hiking Club. We're going back to that Newnan Hiking Club. They are for some reason, the algorithms like Newnan Hiking Club and Is She Ran Through. Those are the same. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is try to join Is She Ran Through Coweta County. Here is, your membership is pending approval. Question number 1, what is the best way to scratch balls? Scratch, pinch and roll, sidestep, shake. I think shake is the funniest answer. Best place to get a burger, Whataburger, Burger King, McDonald's, Red Robin. Red Robin. Are you a man? This one's hard to answer. It says, are you a man? And then it says you can choose one option. Option number 1 is if not. Option number 2 is leave. Option number 3 is stop trying. And option number 4 is go back to woman's page. None of those are an answer to the question. So I'm not sure. I'm going to say stop trying because I'm not trying to, I'm not like trying to do any of, to be a man. It's just, yeah, okay. Is she innocent or has she been around the block? That's the question this group hopes to answer. Society assesses your value by many things, but the women you keep is a large one. It's only fair that we know what we are getting ourselves into. Girls have a group, Is He Single?, where girls stick to their girl code and share the male's actions romantically and sexually. This group will aim to put bros before hoes and answer those same questions. Is she talking to multiple guys? Do we both get the same Snapchat? Or as the name suggests? So this is gross. This is gross, and this makes me feel that the other group is also gross. This page is not intended to insult or belittle women, and bullying of people's spouses will not be tolerated. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my request to join this group. While I think there might be some entertaining aspects of being in this group and seeing what they say, it feels icky, and I don't like it, and I don't think that that's the way to build relationships with people, and I also don't think that if a woman has had sex with multiple people, she should be considered ran through and posted about in a private Facebook group. So we're going to cancel that request. Made a mistake. We're going to cancel the request on the other one, because that is also gross. I'm disappointed that these things exist, but I guess for some people, with big trust issues and things like that, it's probably one of those things where you're like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know where else to turn. So let's go to this thing instead of communicate with our partners and build trust. So it's sad. Yeah, I guess sad is the better word. I do want to see, is he single, Newnan, which was mentioned. Is he single, Newnan? No results pop up. No Facebook groups, nothing. But if we go to, you'll never guess what is on the list when you go to Is He Single Newnan Facebook groups. There are a couple things. But a little bit down the line, about 6 or 7, is the Newnan Hiking Club. I am so impressed at how the Newnan Hiking Club has managed to beat the system and be included in all the results. So here's the last thing we're going to do in today's podcast episode, where we learned a lot, learned more than I bargained for. Yeah, I've been dying to tell you anything you want to hear. We're going to join the Newnan Hiking Club. Boop. Hit join group. We are now members of the Newnan Hiking Club. I'm going to go ahead and set it to notify me anytime they post, because they have earned it. All breaking news. Okay, this was going to be the last thing we do, but now it can't be, because an admin has just approved my joining of Sonoya Complaint Department. My God, people, timing could not have been more perfectly perfect if I would have tried. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Me and 2,500 members are part of the Sonoya Complaint Department. Let's see what they posted. Most recent post. Someone just called my phone, sneezed, and hung up. I'm getting tired of these cold calls. Okay. That is a joke. Here's another post from yesterday. I got a complaint that Sonoya can't fix. Or maybe they can. We need a rock station that actually comes in without issue. All the ones I know of suck so bad, I need my metal music. Well, metal and rock are not the same thing. And also, it's radio. Turn off your radio and get Spotify. What else do we have? Okay, there's a racist post. That's frustrating. Okay. Every post I see is political. It's getting old. This page is for people that have legit complaints about our lovely town and for us professionals to accept and process their complaints in a professional manner. Let's be a family again. Can we do it? Well, I would argue that the admin's post about it not being what it's supposed to be is not being what it's supposed to be. Anyone else hear about Coweta school bus hitting garbage truck by Frazier's on 16th? Was any kids hurt? I guess that's technically a complaint. School buses should not be crashing into ice cream trucks. Are there any complaints on here? There's something bad about Joe Biden. There's something about tariffs. More stuff about Trump and the border. There's a car for sale. Okay. January 6th will go down in history as the day the government staged a riot to cover up the fact that they certified a fraudulent election. Okay. I'm very disappointed, and I'm sad that we're going to have to finish off our podcast today with a very disappointing Facebook group. There's a butt plug. Okay. This group is the worst. Oh, geez. Actual photo of Trump. Okay, that's gross. There's a fleshlight made out of a towel and a rubber band. Okay, that's from, there's a joke about a Snickers bar looking like a penis. Okay, I have to find one. Here we go. Hot take. If you can't drive a golf cart on the road, why can you ride bikes? Y'all better count your blessings that I quit drinking. Enjoy your Thursday. So there's your complaint. If you're too young, I guess the point... No, okay. Not kids, but the 3,000 all gaggled up and blocking the road. So he's complaining about, like, the marathon bikers. So, well... We have gone through some of the more interesting Facebook groups in Newnan. And of course, we get some for other cities, other nearby cities. We found some gross ones. But more important than anything is we found the Newnan Hiking Club, a group for hikers and backpackers from Coweta, Carroll, Fayette, and other counties. I will share this group for all to join. I hope to see it blossom. And I cannot wait to hike with you.